Time for my NFL Week 7 predictions. Finally, you're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. It is finally time for my NFL Week 7 picks and predictions. I know I'm late as hell. Let me tell you what the hell happened. So first of all, I had a very busy week this week, full of some exams, some damn computer programs I had to create, and a whole bunch of hell. I go to the gym, and I say after I go to the gym, I'm going to make my Week 7 predictions video, and this was on Thursday. I'm doing overhead press, and I hurt my neck. And currently, it doesn't look that bad. If you really look at me for a second, you'll notice, hey, he's kind of tilting his head, and you're damn right, because I cannot hold my head straight right now. Now, it's okay. I'm on Tylenol, I'm on Bengay, and I'm on a whole bunch of other stuff that is allowing me to get through this video. But as soon as this video is done, I'm going to lay my head down. But I'm going to tough it out. And I'm going to give you guys my Week 7 predictions. See, look, let's be honest for a second, okay? I really learned something the past number of days, man. I really like doing this crap. And it gives me, I don't know, some sort of sense of pride and fun and happiness in my life. It's pretty sad, but it's pretty true. And I miss doing this, man. So I'm going to pound it out, and hopefully I'll be healthy tomorrow to make my game recaps. And I won't have to do it in utter paid. So, Thursday night football, we had the Packers against the Bears. I had the Packers winning 24-14. I tweeted this before the game, so no, I am not lying. You can look at my Twitter feed. It is there. They won the game, 26-10. I almost made a game recap for that, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't bear to do it. I was sitting here trying to do it. I couldn't do it. But anyway, yeah, they won the game. Good for them. Still some issues, but, you know, you have to look out for this team because if they can catch fire, and they can. See, a lot of people think, oh, no, okay, Packers aren't winning the Super Bowl. They're not playing well. Forget about it. But, guys, things are going to change in November, December, January. This team can get hot. This team can figure it out. And if they do, they are still very much a Super Bowl contender in this league. Now, let's move on to Sunday's games, tomorrow's games. And we're going to do this a little quickly because I just kind of want to get out of here. I do love this, but man, I'm in pain. We have the New York Giants at the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, so this game is not actually at Los Angeles. It's in London, and that's the determining factor for me. If it was in LA, I'd probably pick the Rams, but the Giants, they want to get back on their, winning ways somewhat. And the Rams, they're not proving to be able to win games outside of their division and outside of the game against Tampa Bay. So I trust the Giants a little bit more right now, but I think this is going to be low scoring. And who knows what happens in London, man. I mean, I thought there was no way the Colts were going to lose to the Jaguars in London, and they found a way. So I have no idea what's going to happen in London. I never know what's going to happen in London. Remember the Chiefs blew the hell out of the Lions last year in London? I mean, some weird things happen over in Great Britain. So I'm not going to act like I understand, that I'm 100% on this prediction, but I'm going to pick the Giants to win this game. We move on to the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. LaShawn McCoy out for this game, but I don't care. I think the Dolphins stink. And I understand that they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. That's fine. The Dolphins stink. I saw 2 consecutive games in which they were god-awful against the Bengals, against the Titans. I think last week was the aberration. I think last week was the outlier. I think this team stinks, and now the Bills going to Miami and getting the victory. We have the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals, and I cannot believe that the Browns are 10-point underdogs in this game. Browns might win this game. Honestly, the Bengals are disappointing. They lost by 2 touchdowns to the Dallas Cowboys. We're down, 28-0 at one point. Man, the Browns may just win this game outright. I have the Bengals winning. And I think this is going to be close. I think this is going to be troublesome. I think this is going to be worrisome for the Cincinnati Bengals. We have the Washington Redskins at the Detroit Lions. And, the Lions, what kind of team is this, man? I picked against them the past 2 weeks. They burned me bad. And, they couldn't beat the Titans. And they couldn't beat the other team they faced that they should have beat. I can't remember who it was. You know what I'm talking about in week 3. So you don't know what to expect from this Detroit Lions team on a week-to-week basis. Oh, it's Chicago Bears, so they can beat the Bears and the Titans, and then they can beat the Eagles and the Rams. What kind of team is this? As for the Redskins, they won 4 straight. Great. But I'm more I'm more able to buy that both of these teams are 4-3 after this week than the Redskins being 5-2 and the Lions being 3-4. I feel like these are two teams that are pretty close, and I think the records will reflect that as they will be the same after this game. That's my hypothesis. That's all I got for you. So I have the Lions winning this game just because of that. Just because I can more likely see both these teams being 4-3 than the Redskins being 5-2 and the Lions being 3-4. That's all I got. We move on to the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. And look, okay, you can call me a Titans hater all you want. I picked them to win the last 2 weeks, and they've won the last 2 weeks. I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this team. And they're okay. They're decent this year. I'll give you that. However, this is a team that still has not beaten a very good quarterback in quite some time. They beat Drew Brees last year, but that was kind of fraudulent. I think the way the Titans are able to beat a team like the Colts is they have to come back against the Colts. Okay, they have to be down and then surge back, because I think if the Titans are ahead, and I think that's what's going to happen. The Titans are going to be ahead. The Colts are going to surge back, and this is still not a defense. This is still not a secondary that can prevent that surge from being complete, and I just don't like their odds of beating Andrew Luck. I think the Colts are desperate. I think the Titans are happy. They've won 2 straight games. They're happy. They're satisfied. They're adequate. They're just going to sleep a little bit. They're going to snooze a little bit, and I don't care this game is in Tennessee, because the Titans stink in Tennessee. That's just the damn truth. They almost lost. They didn't almost lose, but they barely beat the Browns last week by 2 points. Now they're hosting the Colts. The Colts have a history of beating the Titans. Ever since they drafted Andrew Luck, they beat the Tennessee Titans, and I don't think they're going to beat it today. I don't think that the Titans are going to beat that today. I think the Titans are going to lose to the Colts tomorrow, but then I think they're going to beat the Jaguars this upcoming Thursday, go 4-4, and then actually in Indianapolis, that is when I project this Colts over Titans streak to end. But I think they're just going to be a little too lackadaisical, while the Colts will be more desperate. The Colts get the victory against the Tennessee Titans. We move on to the New Orleans Saints at the Kansas City Chiefs. And I had the Chiefs winning this game quite easily. To me, the Saints, okay, you saved your season for the most part. We saw you guys start 0-3 last season, then win 2 straight. You did it again this season, good. But now it's time for you to lose again. Chiefs are just a better team. Chiefs had a great victory last week in Oakland. They're back to where they should be, and I have them winning this game pretty easily. We move on to the Oakland Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And yes, the Jacksonville Jaguars did win yesterday. They did defeat, not yesterday, last week, as they defeated the Chicago Bears. I don't care. The Bears did everything they could to lose that game. The Jaguars stink. Blake Bortles stinks, especially in the first quarter and the first half of these games. It's bad. And they're 2-3. It's such a fraudulent, so fraudulent 2-3. They're going to lose this game. I'm not sure how close it's going to be. And the Raiders, they played better on the road this season. I don't know why. We move on to the Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. And look, this is my upset of the week. I have the Philadelphia Eagles defeating the Minnesota Vikings, mainly because of a number of reasons. Number one, the Minnesota Vikings, despite how good they are, and I will concede that they're good, they're not going to go 16-0. Okay, they're just not going to do that. Number two, yes, the Eagles have lost the last 2 weeks. Have the last 2 weeks been at home? No, they've been on the road. They lost to the Washington Redskins, a team that is 4-2, a team that is a divisional team, and they lost in Washington. Not a bad loss. They lost to the Detroit Lions by 1 point, by 1 freaking point, and the Lions are now 3-3. So these aren't two bad teams. They lost on the road. Eagles back home in Philly, where they defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers by a shocking score of 34-3. In Philadelphia, this team is formidable. I think they get some help from special teams early. They get out to an early lead, and you see that the Vikings just don't have the offensive firepower to come back. Remember, there's a team, the Vikings are. They're 25th in passing yards per game. They're either 30th or 32nd in running yards per game. They don't move the football offensively. Now, their defense is great, but I like Carson Wentz to hold on to the football, to protect the football, and ultimately to defeat the Minnesota Vikings and get his bandwagon rolling once again, get that Wentz wagon rolling once again. I have the Philadelphia Eagles upsetting the Minnesota Vikings. Let's move on to the Baltimore Ravens at the New York Jets. and the Jets, Jets, are starting Geno Smith. And, I would like this game more if the Ravens had not lost 3 straight, but they have. And they're more desperate than you. And, yes, you guys stink and your record is worse than theirs, but yours is more of a demoralizing record than a motivating record. When you lose 3 straight like the Ravens have, you're motivated to break that. If you're the Jets, you're just demoralized. You're like, well, we suck, we stink, we have no chance, we have no shot. And I like the Ravens to break their losing streak more than I like you to beat yours. Right now, this Ravens team, Joe Flacco is a little banged up, but when he's going up against a defense like y'all's, and look, the damn truth is y'all's defense sucks, okay? That's just the damn truth right now, especially when it comes against the pass. Y'all are giving up, I think, the highest pass rating in the NFL. Your pass defense stinks. It's not first, but it's probably second. So I have the Ravens going to New York and winning. They went to New York last week and they lost, but I have them going to New York winning this week. We move on, and I just don't see Geno Smith being able to move this ball against this tough Ravens defense. Yes, they got a big place to Odell Beckham last week, but y'all don't have Odell Beckham. I have the Ravens winning. We have the San Diego Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons should win this game. I think the Chargers aren't getting enough respect against the spread, but the Falcons, they've lost. They lost last week. They beat the Broncos in Denver. They're a good football team. They're going to take care of business and beat the San Diego Chargers, probably. We move on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the San Francisco 49ers. And I may have actually picked the 49ers to win this game if it were not for Carlos Hyde being out, but he is out for this football game. No chance. Absolutely no chance for the San Francisco 49ers without Carlos Hyde. Give me the Bucs all day to go 500. We move on to the New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. And unfortunately, I have the Steelers beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Yes, I still have it in this moment. Real quick. The reason why is I think, yes, they're going to miss Ben Roethlisberger, the Steelers. Hell, they may only make, first of all, I think they're still going to win the AFC North. But let's say they were only like the 4th seed, right? I don't care. They can still beat the Houston Texans if they need to. They can still beat the Denver Broncos if they need to me. So even if they lose, a potential number 1 seed, go down 2, 3, 4, I don't care. They're still going to win the AFC North because the Ravens are falling as we speak. The Bengals are falling as we speak. So they're still going to win the AFC North. They're still going to be a 3rd or 4th seed. And then they can still beat the Broncos to me. They can still beat the Patriots to me eventually. So I still like the Steelers. However, I think this might be the blowout of the week. I think with Landry Jones, they won't be able to put up enough points as the Patriots just run all over them, honestly. Run over their defense. It's going to need to be a shootout when they have Ben Roethlisberger, but with Landry Jones, they really don't have much of a chance. I have the Patriots running all over the Pittsburgh Steelers. We move on. To the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm telling you, I'm in pain. Okay, so we have the Cardinals hosting the Seahawks. Now, look, I had the Cardinals winning the Super Bowl before the season. Obviously, it doesn't look great right now. However, let's go off the premise that everyone's going off of right now, and that is that the Seahawks are better than the Cardinals. Okay, fine. How much better are they? If we extrapolate the results of this season throughout 16 games, the Seahawks are a 12-4 team, roughly. And the Arizona Cardinals are an 8-8 team. Okay, so let's just go off of that. Would it be so incredible and shocking to say that an 8-8 team at home could beat a 12-4 team? No, it's not shocking to me at all. And this is a divisional matchup, especially when it's a divisional matchup. This is a divisional matchup. This is a matchup in which the Cardinals normally take one away from the Seahawks every year. And the Cardinals, they have a little bit of momentum for them right now. So, guys, I like the Cardinals to beat the Seahawks, even if the Seahawks are ultimately better than the Cardinals. I still think the Cardinals are going to sneak one and beat the Seahawks at least once. So I have the Cardinals beating the Seahawks here. Not a lot of people do. I have it. And finally, we have the Houston Texans at the Denver Broncos. And for me, yes, the Broncos is the pick here. However, I do feel that the Texans are being a little bit disrespected. This is a Broncos team that has lost 2 straight games, has not looked very impressive. And yes, the Texans have not looked very impressive either, but they've won. Okay, they won last week. The same can't be said for the Denver Broncos. So look out for this game. Don't just write this game off yet. Look out for this football game. And then let's move on to my Garandam betting tease of the week, and then I will get out of here. Number 1, Browns plus 10. Again, divisional matchup. The Bengals aren't very good this season. The Browns are going to cover this plus 10, I'm telling you. We move on to the Patriots minus 7. Yes, minus 7 at Pittsburgh. I don't care. They're going to run all over Pittsburgh to me, at least by 2 or 3 touchdowns. We move on to the Bucs plus 1. Again, this is pretty much a pick'em game. I like the Bucs to win straight up. Give me the Bucs. Raiders plus 1. Again, this is pretty much a pickup game. I like the Raiders to win straight up. So give me the Raiders. And then we have the Ravens plus 2. Again, this is pretty much a pickup game. I like the Ravens to win straight up. And I like them against the spread. So those are my 5 guarantees. And then real quick, let's look at my record. So last week I went straight up. I went 9-7. Pretty good, not great. I wanted to get 10 or 11. That looked to be possible. But unfortunately, some teams choked for me. Whatever, that's what I get for picking too many road games. I stayed away from that this week, and that was a big reason, by the way. I picked the Eagles to win. I think they're one of these home teams that are going to sneak up and get a upset victory, so look out for that. Against the spread, I went 8-6-1. So I'm improving against the spread. Maybe a little too late at this point, because getting over 500 for me against the spread is going to be an uphill battle. But I'm intrigued and I'm interested and I'm encouraged. And then guarantees, only 2-3 last week for my guarantees. But I really like these 5 this week, so I expect this to be 3-2, 4-1, maybe even 5-0 this upcoming week. And let us take a little look at my Pick'em League, in which currently I'm like 100th. But remember, this is out of 500 people. On top is the On top is the Golf Chise, who has 63 points right now. Publix Enemy 5 is number 2. Le'Veon a Prayer, Andrew 59763, and Packers fan 61797398 are all tied for 3rd place. So that is the leaderboard over there. So there you go. I'm going to go lay my head down, and those are my NFL Week 7 picks and predictions. What are yours? Comment down below. Whenever I get healthy, man, expect a lot of videos from me, because I have game recaps to do. I have NBA predictions and videos to do, man. The NBA season is starting on Tuesday. I have a lot of catching up to do, but I've realized over this last week of me not making many videos at all, man, I really enjoy this crap, and man, I want to take advantage of it while I have it. So as soon as I'm healthy, man, I'm going to be coming at y'all hard. So there you go. That's my NFL Week 7 picks and predictions video. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.